I don't even know why we're talking about tolerance to begin with. It's 2013. Why are we still talking about tolerance? I thought we were at acceptance and love. What's this tolerance bullshit? Like, what do you tolerate? Like back pain, you know? I've been tolerating back pain and the gay Latino at work. You know what I mean? It's like a low bar. It's a low bar for humanity. We're above that now. And I'm not the first person who said such a thing. One of the great philosophers of our time has said something very similar. I'm, of course, talking about the actor Matthew McConaughey, right? Matthew McConaughey said a similar thing during an interview he was doing with the gay magazine The Advocate when promoting his film Magic Mike. It doesn't say what Matthew McConaughey was wearing, but I think we can all assume he wasn't wearing a shirt, right? Now, the first question I think is interesting is they ask him, what does the support of the gay community mean to you? And Matthew McConaughey says, it's much appreciated. You know, I have some good friends of my own who happen to be gay, and when it comes to gay, straight, or whatever, I'm for anything life affirmative. No idea what the fuck that means, right? It's some weird Austin Bongo philosophy. I have no idea what that means. I'm for gay power, straight power, male power, female power. He stops it for white power, which is good. But there's a semicolon here. Maybe you thought about it for a moment. Everybody should feel empowered without oppressing anyone who's different. You know those World Cup banners about tolerance? I always thought that was one short. No, don't just tolerate me, understand and accept me. That's an amazing thing that his PR person wrote for him. Now I say that because the rest of the interview goes terribly awry. Because then they ask him, what was your first exposure to gay people? Which is a terrible question to begin with. Like, exposure as if gay people are radiation, you know? When were you first exposed to this gadiation? You know what I'm talking about? And Matthew McConaughey says, in high school, I was a jock. Popular, good looking, in student council, had a girlfriend. I was that guy. Why are you telling us this? You're obviously that guy, you just said that thing. That guy says that thing. Right? And then he talks about a gay gothic chick friend of his. Those are his words that he had in high school. But I also had a friend who was a gay gothic chick. So she was outcast because she was gay and because she was goth with the tattoos and the piercings. With the tattoos and the... How old are you, 800? What is this? With the tattoos and the piercings that the kids have. Why the definite article there? Why? But she was also really fucking cool and smart. I would always invite her out with my group, but it was hard for her to come out on her own, so mostly we would hang out separately. So I crossed the tracks back and forth with her. What tracks are you fucking talking about? Well, I was in Cool Town, so I'd have to take a shuttle bus all the way to Freak Gayville, and I'd hang with this gay freak, and I had a gay friend. I just want everybody to know I had a gay friend in high school. I'm awesome. I had a gay friend, right? That's basically what he's saying. And then the Advocate says, that's refreshing. Because they can't end the interview, right? Like, they know that there's gold here and they have to keep digging, right? So they can't just end the interview abruptly. That's refreshing because it sounds like you were a stereotype of someone that outcasts have to watch out for in high school. And then Matthew McConaughey says, right? I think that's short for, all right, all right. And then he talks about an experience he had at the University of Texas, Austin. I also had an experience in college when I befriended a kid who was from India. He was a bit of an outcast, but we were in a film class together. One night after he'd had a few drinks, he made a half pass at me. I went like, whoa, 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 and he freaked out. I think he thought I was going to be violent or something. I stopped him and said, hang on, I'm not gay, but I like you as a friend. I'm sorry if you misread my friendship, but I still want to be your friend. He was crying, and I remember giving him a hug and saying, dude, it's fine. Whatever raises your skirt, man. Yeah, and I'm sure he stopped crying when you said that. This is in The Advocate. This is in The Advocate. He asked me not to tell anybody, and I said, you got it. And I didn't tell anybody. He just outed his friend. You all realize he just outed his friend, right? This is like Texas in the 80s. So there's like one Indian exchange student. So everyone who's reading this is like, oh my God, Prakash? I never knew. And the thing is, Prakash might not even be gay, right? Like, culturally, India can be different. So like men like hold hands in public, there's public affection, and that's not seen as strange. So like, Prakash comes over here, he goes in for a hug, and maybe it's Matthew McConaughey who freaks out. Maybe Matthew McConaughey is like, whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, what are you, gay? And then Prakash, he starts crying because he has no idea what to do, right? And the next thing you know, he's in The Advocate, right? Now Prakash might be married to a woman, right? And his wife might be reading this and being like, Prakash? Did you try to fuck Matthew McConaughey? And Prakash is all like, no, I just went in for a hug and he freaked out. Really, Prakash? Well, were you naked at the time? Well, I wasn't. I mean, he was, but he's Matthew McConaughey, though. He was wearing an acoustic guitar. I mean, it wasn't... No, at the end of the interview, Matthew McConaughey shares this brilliant idea for an anti-bullying program that he's starting, right? So I want to go to high school athletic departments to offer this after-school athletics program. But the deal is, each athlete has to recruit somebody who's not on the team. The nerd, the gay kid, the fat girl, the kid with the hair lip to join the curriculum. I'm really excited about this idea. This is a terrible idea. This is an awful, awful idea. So his idea is to get kids who are bullied and force them to play sports that they do not want to play, potentially with the kids who are bullying them in some weird school-mandated violence. This is awful. If I was gay and Matthew McConaughey's friend, I would say, Matthew, thank you for trying, but you're hurting us. Matthew McConaughey is like the Lenny of Mice and Men of the gay rights movement. I killed the gay kid, George. George, I killed the gay kid. My God, Lenny, what'd you do? I just loved him, so I hugged him and hugged him. And I hugged him and I broke his leg, George. I just loved him so much. I just loved him so much. All I'm saying is that if you want to be a good straight ally to your gay friends, but you don't know how, sometimes it's best for you to wear a ribbon and shut the fuck up.